So today, I'm just going to go through half of your homework assignment so that way you know what you are doing. Some of this you already know, some of it is new. So this says, write a quadratic function rule that matches the given information. So if we have x-intercepts at 2, 0, and negative 6, 0, the easiest way to write this is going to be in factored form. Here, y equals two sets of parentheses. And then so you're trying to figure out what factor has a 0 or an x-intercept at 2. So in the investigation you did, you should have figured out that it's going to be the opposite of what's in here. So this one would be x plus 6. Okay, so we'll do all the odd ones together. This one says, write a function that has an x-intercept at negative 5, 0, and 7, 0. So it'd be x plus 5 and x minus 7. And it opens down. So that means instead of this is opening up, this is opening down. So this one is positive, and this one is negative. So we need to make this negative. So the only thing you have to do is put a negative out front. Number 5 says an x-intercept at 2 and 6. So it'll be x minus 2, x minus 6. Okay, but now it also says we have a y-intercept at 0, 24. So in your investigation, when you explored A and C values, we talked about how the A value, so if you have ax squared plus bx plus c, this value makes your parabola skinny or wide. So if you go up here, our A value, we would actually write right here, but it doesn't tell us anything else except for the x-intercept, so we can just write this. Here, our A value is right after the negative, so technically we have negative A. So in these cases, I can make A whatever I want. I can make it 100, I can make it 0, I can make it, no, not 0, I lied. 100, you can make it 1, you can make it 1,000. Your x-intercepts will still stay the same. It just makes your parabola either wider or narrower. So here, when we're given this extra point, so if I were to graph this, just a rough sketch, we have zeros at 2 and 6. So here's 2, here's 6, and a y-intercept of 0, 24. So that's like way up here somewhere. So you know the general shape or the general width of the graph because of this y-intercept. So that means given this y-intercept, we can actually figure out what this A value is. So I'm just going to rewrite that. So y equals A, and then x minus 2, x minus 6. So if you know that this is your y-intercept, well, we have a x value of 0 and we have a y value of 24. So you're going to take this x value of 0, plug it in for x. You're going to take the y value of 24, plug it in for y. So 24 equals A times 0 minus 2, 0 minus 6. And we're going to solve for A. So we have 24 equals A, and then negative 2, and negative 6. So be careful. Make sure you keep these numbers in parentheses because that means multiplication. So then you'll have 24 equals A. Negative 2 times negative 6 is 12. So again, this is multiplication. So to solve for A, we need to divide both sides by 12. And we get A equals 2. So that is not our final answer. It wants us to write a function rule that has these three things. So this was our function rule before we found our A value, but now we know that our A value is 2. So this is our final answer. All right, let's try 7. All right, 7 says we have an x-intercept at 3, so that'll be x minus 3, and at negative 7, so that's x plus 7. And now we have a minimum point at negative 2, negative 10. On number 5, we had a y-intercept. So it does not matter what point it gives you. It could give you a maximum, it could give you a minimum, a y-intercept, some random point. You still do it the exact same way. So I'm going to plug in -2 for x. So I have y equals a, -2 minus 3, -2 plus 7. Except for I don't want y. I want -10 because that's my y value. So we have -10 equals a. -2 minus 3 is -5. -2 plus 7 is +5. So we have -10 equals a times -25. So now if you weren't to put the -25 in parentheses, this is just a really common mistake, so that's why I'm showing you. You have this. And a lot of times people will want to add 25. But since it's multiplication, you're really dividing by -25. So divide by -25, divide by -25. If I simplify that by dividing both of them by 5, I get a equals 2/5. So I take this, I put it back in for a, so you get y equals 2/5 x minus 3, x plus 7. Okay, the last one we'll do together is this one. So we have y equals a, x plus 2, x minus 3. We have the point at 1, 2. So I plug 1 in for x, 2 in for y. So 2 equals a times 1 plus 2, 1 minus 3. So 2 equals a times 3 times -2. So 2 equals a times -6. Divide both sides by -6. You get a equals -1/3. So we have y equals -1/3 x plus 2, x minus 3. So you can go ahead and finish the other 5 for homework.